I have been hooked onto the horror series From right since the beginning, and I think one of the greatest assets of the narrative is the diverse range of interesting characters. Some of them are heroic, and some are outright annoying, but almost all of them are desperate when it comes to one thing: leaving the town at any cost. But few characters have intrigued me as much as Elgin Williams, because it is so hard to get a grip on this fellow. One moment he seems like a nice and timid young man, and the next moment he does something so drastic that you start questioning his mental stability. Ever since he was introduced in the second season of the show, he has been a mainstay, and he even triggered some key events. Now into the fourth season, Elgin Williams is battered and bruised, but he is still holding it together, and I thought this might be a good time to speculate over what might be his fate going ahead in the show. I will be honest with you, I have never been much of a fan of this Elgin character. He arrived in the fateful town with a bus full of people, and it is a dramatic arrival because he has a vision that causes him to panic. He begs them to turn around, but it is a little too late, and the bus already enters the unending loop of the surrounding road of the town. He nearly gets caught by the monsters and becomes one of the survivors from the passengers, not all of whom are so lucky. Since then, I found him quite boring, always bringing down the energy level of the narrative. He would sit around contemplating philosophy and his thoughts, and I often wished for the creatures to get to him so that the show could be more interesting. However, all that changes when Fatima is pregnant and Elgin starts seeing the kimono woman. She asks him for help, and he thinks of her as an angel. He is convinced that helping her with Fatima's baby might be the key to going home for everyone, and things take a turn for the worse when he leads her to the root cellar and keeps her trapped. Eventually, it doesn't work out too well for him because he first gets interrogated by Boyd, and he then gets his hand smashed with a hammer. Finally, Sarah lands the fatal blow with a screwdriver to his eye, and this makes him reveal the location of Fatima for the others to rescue her. Well, I thought, good riddance. But here we are into the fourth season, and Elgin is still alive. The stabbing wound took out one of his eyes, but it didn't kill him. He is seen bloodied and traumatized as he gets stitched up, and I think the only reason that the show has caused him to survive is because he has a significant role ahead of him. First things first, I think Elgin will get a chance to redeem himself. He might not have been a very entertaining fellow, but he was far from evil. Whatever he did after following the advice of the kimono woman was only because he believed that it would lead them all to go home. Now, it is the time for realization to hit hard, and he will understand that what happened to him is the same thing that Sarah experienced earlier, and that they are simply deceived by the evil forces working in the town. I think what this means is that instead of holding a grudge against those who mutilated him, Elgin will be keen on setting things right. The show does give many characters a shot at redemption, and now will be the time for Elgin. Also, let's not forget that Elgin has these visions and premonitions that can be rather helpful, especially during a time when evil has disguised itself as a little girl and blended into the town as one of the hopeless survivors. I wonder if Elgin can have a vision about the terrible future that awaits the town, and if that might help the likes of Boyd identify the real culprit. Secondly, if I look at the other side of the coin, there is also a possibility that Elgin will slide further down the unstable territory. He is already hurting, and now he has all the more reason to be vengeful. That being said, he has never really been much of a tough guy, and it will be fun to see that change. Honestly, I don't see this happening, so the chances are that he will stick to the boring version of Elgin for one more season, unless he turns out to be useful. It would be poetic justice if he teams up with Sarah, because both of them have been wronged by the evil entities of the town, and led into believing that doing something terrible will be for the greater good. It would be a nice moment if they can put their past aside and work together, using their visions and prophecies to a good effect. Also, I think it would also be fair for Elgin to die while attempting to save someone like Fatima, who he endangered while following his own twisted agenda. Whatever be the final outcome, you can be sure that Elgin is not hanging around for nothing. The fact that he has survived and now is recovering means that the show has a greater role for him ahead. Now, this is not the final season of From, and I wouldn't be surprised if the makers actually save him for a big revelation in the final season. As of now, the immediate aftermath might be slow and messy because Elgin will take some time to recover from the physical pain and trauma. Once he is fine, he will still lose partial eyesight, and it will be up to him to decide how he wants retribution. He can either go against the people of the town, or the forces orchestrating the disasters, and I would put my money on the latter. Whatever Elgin Williams is, he is no mean villain. The first episode of Season 4 has set the standards high for the ongoing season with the unexpected climactic twist. I am willing to see what happens to some of the characters in the show, and Elgin will definitely be someone that I will keep a close eye on. Let me know in the comments below what you think of his role going ahead in the series, and also share your views on the eventual fate of the character. If you appreciate the efforts to bring you this content, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more such videos.